Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. In the last episode, we started getting iron ore brought over here, and we were sending from here to the main base. But after giving it some more thought, I decided to change the layout of this area because I didn't want to continue to extend north with all these train stations. It seemed like it was not a very good use of space. So what I decided to do instead was to set up these stations over here. So I built another rung on the ladder going across here above the refining and sorting area. And then I set up stations that come off of this two lane line. And this is the kind of train station layout that you might see in a city block design. So basically the trains will come in off of this connecting line here. They'll come up to the station, and then from the station they can rejoin the line again. Now these stations are all connected, as you can see, but when a train is looking for a path, anytime it sees a station along a path, it applies a penalty to that potential path. So that's why when a train is done here, it will preferentially get back on the main line here rather than continuing straight and potentially blocking these other stations. So with this setup, I was able to fit 4 rail stations. And really there's more room. I could probably get at least another one if I shift things around a little bit. But in this case, I started in the middle and then worked my way out, which is why I ended up with an even number. But like I said, I think if we shifted this over to the left a little bit, we would probably have enough room to add a 5th station at the end. But I think 4 will be enough. And the other thing that I like about this is that I can set up my smelting area over here, and that way I can get ores out from these storage warehouses without having to use trains to move the ores. Right? So these train stations will essentially only be used for stations that need metal ores that are not the smelting stations. So the main base is one for now. Although eventually I want to just send plates to the main base rather than sending ores. But I know there's going to be some other processes later on that require some metal ores. Like I think catalyst, requires some ores. So this way we can make them available to the network, but also avoid unnecessary train traffic. And then over here there's a fissure, which is where we can get thermal water eventually using, let's see, where is it? There's a thermal, yeah, here we go. Thermal water extractor. I can't make yet. You need titanium and the next tier of electronic boards. But anyway, I routed the rail around this so that when the time comes, I can access it. There's another one right here. In fact, I should probably... let's see, what can I use to... Yeah, I'll just put some belt around it, just so I remember not to build there. There we go. All right. So this one is now the iron and copper stop, and I've already moved the contents from those warehouses to these. All right, so we'll be using this, and now we just have to finish the process over here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And I'm going to leave these train stops here, just in case we need them later. Now, all of this has stopped because I'm completely full of crushed stone. So I'm going to add another warehouse for crushed stone. And then that should allow the process to get started again. There we go. All right, now before more iron ore starts coming up here, I'm going to cut these belts over here because I'm going to have to relocate all of this, I think. All right, now, I think I said that there were 16 different metal ores that we'll have here eventually. So I've only got 2 here. Now, I don't know if we have to stop at 2. If there's 16, ideally I would have 4 at each one, right? So why don't we set it up that way? All right, so we'll have 4 at each one, and then we'll have to put some sort of, we'll have to put a limiter on these as well. So right now let's see, these go in 200s. There are, how many slots in a warehouse? I think there's 7, is it 768? Yeah. So let's do some calculating here. So the keypad doesn't work. 768 divided by 4 is 192 times 200. All right, so 38,400 should be the limit. All right, and we've got individual contents on red. The combined contents, okay, let me do this here. Oh no, that's fine. Okay, I was confused. This isn't a requester station, so there's no negative number to deal with. All right, so I can use this green circuit here to control my belts. Okay, so let's see here. So if copper and iron are going to be the first 2, then this should be copper. So enable condition when copper ore, it's going to be in smelting. Yeah. So when copper ore is less than, what was it, 32,800? I think that's what it was. Let's check that again. That was 768 divided by 4 times 200, 38,400. Okay. And then this one will be iron ore. Okay, so that one's on. I already have too much copper in here. All right, so what will be the other ones that we put in here? Let's do iron, copper, tin, and silicon. Right, is that tin or is that nickel? Hang on. Do I have a sorting machine? All right, let's use FNEI. Iron ore. Let's see, from chunk sorting, silicon and nickel. All right, so we'll do silicon and nickel here as well. Where's nickel? There we go. Okay, and then I'll change this train station name to iron, copper, silicon, and nickel. There we go. All right, so now we just run those belts that we've had previously. Actually, we're going to have to do this a little bit differently. Yeah, so if there's 16 coming up here, then that means I'm going to need 16 belts. Well, no, I'll need 4 belts coming here, and then I'll need 12 more continuing down. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Okay, so I guess this is going to stay in the same place, actually. Okay. So I'll go ahead and hook these up. And then we'll get silicon and nickel brought up here as well. Yeah, I messed that up. These bottom two should be silicon and nickel. All right, well, I'm going to jump them across. Let me see here. Yeah, that's going to be ugly. Now, let me just fix it. So I'm going to come up here and cut these belts. These should be coming up here. Like that. And then I'll have to pick up everything off of that belt. Well, I suppose I can just empty this out. All right. So we'll have to go north a bit here. Okay, silicon and nickel. All right, and I'm just going to let the copper flow in until I get this belt emptied. All right, almost there. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to copy this. All right, so we're going to have, so silicon is going to be the outside belt. Right, so let's see, which one was silicon? This one. All right, so that one's going to be silicon. And then it's going to be nickel. And then copper, and then iron. Copper. Iron. Okay, iron, copper, nickel, silicon. Okay. All right, and then depending on how much time we have today, I want to get some more power production. Okay, I need more belts. So let's go back and get some more belts. I've crafted some more boilers and steam engines, all Mark II, so that we can double up on our power. Because we're starting to get close to capacity there. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go to engineering and get more belts. And then I want to start to set up aluminum smelting. So in addition to running those four, I want to at least get one of those stations set up to start bringing in aluminum. And then I'll set up aluminum plate as the first of the smelting and casting stations. All right. I'm going to head over here so that my slow bots don't have as far to travel. Now, I did add the regular logistics bots back into the network. And I think I'm just going to remove these slow bots and put them in inventory because it's kind of painful. Let's see. Let me just get rid of some stuff here. And I'll just put those in storage for now. Alright, and then once this finishes, hopefully the fast bots will go back. I also set up, this is something similar to the unloading station, where I've got these splitters. So what I did is I made a constant combinator here that has the desired contents of my train, for the rail components at least. And then I have this requester chest. So I'm... did I mess that up? No, okay. Yeah, so I'm reading the train contents here. And then I multiply that by -1 here. And then I add in my desired inventory levels here and then set that as the filters. So that way whenever there's less in the train than what I set here, it'll load it automatically. So that way I'll always keep a good quantity of rail building materials. All right. So I think that's it. So now I think that if I make a logistic request, let's see, let's ask for stack filter inserters, for example. I've got, if I ask for 100 of those, oh, damn it. There we go. Yeah, it looks like the angel spots get prioritized. Okay. I am making stack inserters and stack filter inserters over there now, by the way. Not sure if I showed you that. Yeah, it seems like these may actually work faster. Although I think we could use some more in the network. They're all busy right now. Yeah, so maybe, yeah, I mean, they are faster. I think for short distances and high throughput, I think the Angels bots might be better. I'll go ahead and take those. But I think that for longer distances and where you have some where you want low latency, in other words, you want the bots to be able to respond quickly, I think these bots are going to be better. Yeah, I still got one in the system. Okay, well anyway, let's go finish what we were doing here. Do I have enough belts? I think I do. Another thing I've fixed offline recently is on my steel. I think I showed you guys last time that I had a second blast furnace for iron to feed the steel, but I was wrong in my ratio. The reason that this wasn't running full speed is because I needed 2 ore processing units for 1 blast furnace. Initially I had 1, and then I thought what I had to do was add another blast furnace, but really all I needed was another ore processing unit, and this is running at full speed now, as you can see. Okay. So let's get the rest of our belt put in. So we get the iron and the copper and the silicon and the nickel. Now, somebody commented that nickel has very little use. Okay, there's nickel ingots. It's used a little bit for catalyst. Let's see, nickel plate. All right, so it's an ingredient for some Roboport stuff, and that's it. That's the only thing that nickel plate is used for. But I think the nickel ingots, yeah, they can be used to make bronze. They can be used to make titanium alloys, iron alloys. So, so most of the nickel we're probably just going to turn into ingots and then combine those with other ingots to make different metals that we can actually use, since the nickel plates themselves have limited use. Give my bots a chance to catch up. And I think I might have to go back for more belts. Maybe I should start putting belts on the train too. Okay. So there goes nickel and silicon. Let's see. Where else do I have nickel and silicon? Here we have nickel and here we have silicon. Alright, so this one's the nickel. So let's add this in over here. So let's see, we're going to need space of 2, I believe. Yeah. There we go, and I think this is silicon up here. Yep. So let's get that fed in. Is that nickel? That's zinc. Okay. Is that it? Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it. What was this one? That's tin. Okay. So we've got iron, copper, nickel, and silicon all taken care of. Make sure I got those going to the right place. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right, and then so these should be well on their way to completely filling up. Great. Okay, so let's get aluminum ore taken care of next. Let's see, I'm just gonna copy paste. Now this turns purple as soon as I paste the station name, because with Logistic Train Network you're not allowed to have more than one station with the same name. Alright, so this one will be aluminum and other stuff. I'm not sure what else we'll put in there yet, but we'll figure that out here in a moment. Alright, so let's copy that. And then I want that green signal there. Alright. So let's see here. So this one, all of our outputs here are already taken care of. Here that's tin and cobalt. I think this is the first one with aluminum. Yeah, so why don't we do tin, cobalt, aluminum, and lead. Tin, cobalt, aluminum, and lead. Cobalt, aluminum, and lead. All right. Let's change the name. So tin, cobalt, aluminum, and lead. Uh-oh, I'm out of belts again. Okay. Let's go back for more, and I am going to start asking for 600 instead of 400. Give me your feedback, everybody. When I started the series, I wanted to have biters on the map just to give us something to do with military research. But I have it turned down already to the point that it's really a trivial challenge to take out the biters, and it's really just going to become more busy work for me, because I don't think I'm going to do it on camera at all. So, long story short, I am currently considering just using some console commands to get rid of all the biters on the map. If anyone has any objections, please let me know. All right, so let's start putting belts. And undergrounds. And splitters. Yep. We'll start putting those on my train, and then I need to put the requests here as well. And 100. Okay. Yeah, this is faster. At least for getting stuff to me, this is faster than using the Angel's bots. Is it working? Yeah, it is. They just haven't been delivered yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still getting all the belts. All right. Well, I have 500 and something now, so that'll suffice. Stay there, bots. I do need another radar over there as well. Get rid of that. Doesn't look like I'll have a chance to get to aluminum smelting today, but I should be able to finish up this second train station and get the power upgraded at least. Okay, let's start laying that out. This actually might be faster if I help. Yeah, so let's just lay out the full path and then I'll help with the rest. Okay, I don't want to do that one yet. I only have 80 belts left. It's not going to be enough. Sorry, guys. That looks like about 4. Yeah, good eye. Whoops. Okay, well, back for more. I think what I'll do is I'll do our power first, and then I'll come back and finish this. In fact, I'll finish the rest of those train stations before the next episode, so that you guys don't have to continue watching me do this. And then in the next episode, we'll start to set up smelting for aluminum. And then we'll start working on the concrete brick and... Oops, pardon me. We'll start working on the concrete brick and... What was the other thing that we needed? Oh, and brass. Okay, yeah, so we'll do smelting for brass and aluminum. Yeah, so until then, let's just get our power set up, since that's something that we can use right away. And I think this ought to be fairly simple. I think I can just blueprint this whole thing and then mirror it. Okay, I'm not going to need that one. Okay, and then I'm going to need 2 Offshore pumps. Okay, I think I forgot to pick up... I put all that stuff in a chest. And then I forgot to pick up the chest. Question is, where did I leave that chest? Was it here, or was it at the main base? There it is. Okay, let's go over there in the car. Whoops. I think I'm going to set up that mod. I forget what it's called now, but I used it in my last series. There's a mod that where you can, it'll automatically disable your personal roboports when you get in a vehicle so that they don't fly out when you're traveling. I think I'm going to set that up. All right, I need iron pipe. And then I'm going to need water, of course. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we just need water now. So let me craft some more of those, just because that's what we're using for these other ones. There we go. All right. And we're rolling. Oh, let's hook it up to the rest of the network. There we go. Nice. Okay. So that just doubled our electrical capacity. Looks like we can make about 100 megawatts now, and hopefully that'll be enough to take care of things until we get to the point that we need nuclear power. Looks like everything's running. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for today. Like I said, I'll finish setting up the refining area and getting the belts sent to all those train stations and warehouses. And then in the next episode, we'll start to do smelting and casting for aluminum and brass. And that'll get us much closer to what we need to make some of the tier 3, I think they're tier 3 assembly machines that we need. So until then, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.